Join me today as we explore the universe with the WorldWide telescope. Hi everybody, Steve from Steve's Makerspace here, and today we are looking at the WorldWide telescope. Now, this is a program by Microsoft. It's free to play, to download, and it brings together images and data from the world's telescopes, including the Hubble telescope, and it stitches it all together in one seamless experience. It's really cool. Now, I primarily have a gaming channel, and this is not a game, but it is, I would say, a toy, in addition to being a wonderful science program. It's like a game in that it's open world exploration. You can discover amazing things, and you can also get lost. It's an immersive experience that I've spent hours playing with. So let's take a look. So this is the WorldWide telescope, and you can click and drag your mouse around to look at stuff. As you can see, that's the Orion constellation. You can scroll in with your mouse wheel to look at stuff more closely. And if you hover over things, it'll show you, oh, this is the star. I can also right click to see more clearly. Alnitak. That's Alnitak. And then I can close that. I can scroll in some more and see, oh, here's the Horsehead Nebula. And then down here is the Orion Nebula. Now if you look down here, there are different images that pop up. So here's a better picture of the Orion Nebula. So some cool things that you can see with the WorldWide telescope, just a little collection. We've got the Orion Nebula. Here's a couple of colliding galaxies called the mice. Here's a galaxy cluster, the Abell galaxy cluster. These are all galaxies. Here's the Cat's Eye Nebula. This is a planetary nebula. It's from a star that's in its last throes of existence, so it's throwing off gas, and the gas is heated, and that's what's causing this. Here's a interesting galaxy with a companion galaxy that's spinning around. Here's the Crab Nebula. This is a remnant of a supernova. And if you wanted to see, okay, what does that look like without this picture, there's this image crossfade down here, and you can take that off and see, oh, okay, that's what it would look like in regular photography if you didn't get a really nice image with the Hubble telescope. Another cool thing you can do is if you're hovering over an image and you do that right click and you see, okay, supernova remnant, Crab Nebula, you can click on this research button, and you can look up on Wikipedia, and so it'll go to Wikipedia and you can read all about the Crab Nebula. So that's really cool. Come back, close that. Let's look at the menu along the top here. So if we look in the Explore section, there's a Getting Started section, WorldWide Telescope homepage. There's also these collections. So there's these collections that come with the WorldWide Telescope, Hubble studies, planets, moons. Here's the planet and moon studies. We'll get into planets and moons later, but we can look at Venus. No, oh, we're too close to it. There we go, and Jupiter. If you could also make your own collections, so here's some of my collections. I have a collection of colliding galaxies. So here's these two. I'm not sure these are actually colliding. They might just be that this one is in front of that one. But this one is definitely a colliding galaxy. You can see that they've disrupted each other. Here's the Seyfert Sextet. So this is 6 or 7, I think it's 6 galaxies. Some of them are just behind, but there are a few that are actually colliding here. I also have a collection of, let's see, planetary nebula. Here's the Cat's Eye Nebula again, Ring Nebula, Eskimo Nebula. So it's pretty cool that you can make your own, basically you find something that's interesting and you can right click on the thumbnail and then say add to collection, and then you can create a new collection and say cool stuff #2, and now, oh, it doesn't like that character, cool stuff 2, and now it's created a folder, and I can add stuff to, let's see, there's cool stuff 2, and I can add stuff to that folder. So another thing you can do is use this search area. So you hit search and then come over here. Let's say we want to look for Andromeda, and then you can double click and there's the Andromeda Galaxy. You can, now if I zoom out a little bit, different objects show up here in my field of view, interesting objects. And as I hover over these, you can see that it shows me where on the big map these objects are. I've been doing double clicking, but if I do a single click, then it kind of slowly pans in, which is kind of neat, though a little too slow for my taste. And I can zoom in some more. Now there's no fancy picture for this one, but you know, it is a galaxy. So another thing we have are guided tours. These are created by mostly by astrophysicists and astronomers. So here are tours of supernova, and so we can click on the Eye Nebula tour, and then that's going to begin a tour where somebody's going to be talking and explaining things about what we're seeing. Now if I hover up here, at any time I can pause the tour, and I'm interrupted in the middle of the World Wide Web, and I can look around a little bit and then say, okay, now let's continue the tour. So that's pretty cool. You can also design your own tours if you want. That's a little bit advanced. I'm not going to go over that. Over here is view, and here you can set your location. I've set my location to where I am in Verona, Wisconsin, and I can click view from this location. And now if I go down a little bit, it's going to show you, does it show the horizon? I think it shows the horizon eventually. I'm too zoomed in. There we go. There's the horizon. And so if I actually, and down here, this shows me what direction I'm looking in. So I'm looking south right now. You can see if I pan over, now I'm looking south. So if I, right now it's light, but if it was dark out and I looked directly south, these are the constellations I would be looking at right now. This is the real time, and this tells me what constellation I'm looking at right now. Looking at Pisces Austrin, I think it says. And then if I want to get rid of the horizon, I just click that, and now I can see what's beneath the horizon. So these are layers over here. If I don't want to see, for instance, these constellations, I can turn those off, click here, and now the constellations disappear. The stars are still there, just the outline goes away. Okay, let's look at something else. So right now we are looking at the sky, and there's different things you can look at here, and we're looking at the digitized sky survey color. So this is looking at the visible spectrum. We could look at different spectrums. Here's the radio spectrum, and so this is picking up radio waves. And so let's find something interesting to look at. Here we go. What is this? A black hole powered jet of electrons and subatomic particles stream from the center of galaxy M87. So that's what's giving out the radio waves. There's infrared, That's kind of interesting to look at. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Interesting to see the center of the galaxy in infrared. We can look at it in ultraviolet. That's kind of weird. We can look at X-rays. And what is this? Is that the same thing I was looking at before? Nope. That's something else. What is that? Supernova remnant. So we're looking at a supernova remnant. All right. We can look at gamma rays. There's the Milky Way, our galaxy, giving out gamma rays. Yeah, so that's different wavelengths you can view the universe with. That's pretty cool. We can go take a look at Earth. And then with the Earth, you could also say look at the night sky on Earth. And that's pretty neat. See what it looks like at night. We can switch over to planets. So here's the Sun. And Mercury, which is kind of boring. Let's look at Jupiter, and we can zoom in on the big spot. We can look at Io, which I think is a lovely moon of Jupiter's. And anyway, then we can switch over to Panorama. So this is the Apollo 12 landing site. When we landed on the moon, they took a panorama. And so here is our spaceship from Apollo 12 on the moon. And we can go look at, say, the Pathfinder mission on Mars. Let's see. And here are pictures. Looks like they're all overlaid. And so we see the Pathfinder in several different places as we scan around. So that's cool. Here's where we landed. Oh yeah, and then the solar system. So now we can view our solar system, look at it from different viewpoints. So right now it comes with the asteroids off, but we can toggle the asteroids on, and that I think is pretty neat looking. This is Jupiter right here, and Jupiter has a bunch of asteroids in front of it and following it in what are called Lagrange points, and they stay in place basically. All right, so this is the asteroid belt. What else? Oh, and then what we can do is we can speed up the time. Right now the planets are moving around, but they're moving really slowly from our perspective. But we click on this and we can start speeding it up. And the more times we click, you see it's 10 times as fast. Now it's 100 times as fast. 1,000, 10,000. And we still don't see much. Let's do 100,000. Now you can start to see them creeping around. And let's do 100,000 times as fast, and now you can actually see some movement. Now I could speed this up even more. What happens is if I speed it up too much, these are no longer going to be in the Lagrange points because the orbits of these are now being calculated, and the faster I speed this up, the worse the calculation of these orbits get. So, but let's go ahead and speed it up anyway. Whee! And now if I pause it, you can see that they're definitely all spewed about and not in the Lagrange points at all anymore. But that's pretty cool. And if I want to see, bring it back to now, just click on that, and now everything is back where it should be. Also from this vantage point, I can switch between, let's go look at Jupiter, Saturn. Oh, there we go. Saturn with its rings. Lovely. Zoom in. Here's our moon. You can take a look at our moon. So I think that's about it. Let me take a look at a galaxy cluster. There's so many amazing things in the universe, and I've just spent hours exploring this and looking around. It's fun, and then you can play the tours. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you go check out the WorldWide telescope. It is completely free to download. Thank you to Microsoft for doing that, to putting this together and making it free. That's awesome. So you don't have to download the WorldWide telescope. You can look up the WorldWide telescope online and use it there, worldwidetelescope.org. I believe you can do everything that you can with the downloaded version, except I don't believe you can make your own collections. You can make your own guided tours and do everything else, I believe. So that's going to do it for this one. If you've liked what you've seen, please give me a like, consider subscribing to my channel, and let me know your comments. I'd love to know what you think of the WorldWide telescope and what you're doing with it. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Steve's Makerspace.